If I'm a home buyer, why do I need a realtor? What's the deal? Why do I need to have somebody represent me in this transaction?
I think it depends the level of experience you also have in the business. If you're really aware of it, if you have family in it, you could probably skate away with certain transactions, especially if you're in the rental space. I think it has more area to make mistakes or at least find questions to be answered versus when you're looking at if you're doing a first home buyer, you're a little ignorant to the experience. You're not aware of all the advantages that come with understanding both the loan officers but also the documentations, the real estate contracts that go with making a transaction as well. You mentioned a little bit about knowing the idea of what you're going to do with the home. In that scenario you're talking about, if someone were to buy a home and then rent it out to a tenant, there's certain stipulations and negotiations that go into the contract also that pertain to the finances that are relevant to what do you plan on doing. If you're going to do like a rental and you have a tenant and it's not your ownership, that's going to be a different contract than you're looking at if you had just personally your own contract because of your own residency, for example. And those also will affect the loan process. Being aware of what you're planning to do with it is relevant for the loan that you're going to be requesting. Because if you ended up being at the negotiation table, you wanted to make an offer, you were ready, but then you realized you were using the wrong loan information because you didn't state exactly what you were trying to do and you didn't have the right contracts in place, that just delays you now steps back. So being able to have someone that also could prepare you for those decision makings and put all the steps in place, I think that's the biggest part about being in real estate and quite frankly in service and sales in general. It's all about understanding what is the goal you're trying to achieve, what are the processes and resources and steps needed to obtain that, and then ultimately how do we get you to the end of the finish line on there. And that's what it is with real estate half the time. And